ever since I started teaching pickup, you know, which has been many years now, that's the biggest thing that I need to fix with students is getting to know who they are, you know, getting to know what makes them special, getting to know what their unique talents are, so they can walk up to that drop-dead gorgeous woman, that dime piece, that perfect 10, and they could look her straight in the eyes with full congruence and not shake, and not break eye contact, and not get nervous, and not get scared, and not have fear or approach anxiety, and being able to just walk up to her and look her dead in the eye. And not be doing it as a PUA technique, and not be doing it to seek her approval, but just to do it because you can. Because as I teach students, again, like I said, what is the #1 skill that you need to pick up these drop-dead gorgeous, like solid 10s? I'm not talking about a girl who's just pretty, or a girl who's just cute. I'm talking about that solid, rock solid 10, okay? Which we call a dime piece in the pickup community, dime piece. What does it take? It takes congruence, okay? And how do you become congruent? You need to be centered as a man. You need to be grounded in your own energy, okay? You need to know who you are. You need to know what makes you special. You need to know your own unique talents, what those are, so that you can walk up to her fully centered and fully congruent and fully at peace and just unshakable, because she's probably going to throw you a shit test, and she's going to see if there's any flinching in your eyes. She's going to see if your eyes dilate out of nervousness or fear, and when she sees that you don't, she's going to be like, this guy's boss. And many times, not all the time, but many times, she'll want to go home with you. Many times, she'll grab your phone from you and she'll be like, I'm putting in my number. You know, you're like, why? You're like, take my number, take my number. And she'll be like that. And these are things that most guys who are chumps, they never experience. They would be blown away that girls do this. Okay? But that's what's possible when you learn this stuff. That's what's possible when you learn how to just, like, you let go of all the noise going on around you, let go of all that nonsense, block it out, and just become centered within yourself. And you don't need to meditate to do this. Okay? Because I know, like, few of the top pickup guys would be like, I meditate 20 times a day to do this, or 20 minutes a day in order to get centered. It's like, dude, I taught myself how to center myself without meditation, without needing to sit in the middle of the forest. I could be walking through a busy ass nightclub. I could be walking through a friggin' fire pit. Well, maybe not a fire pit, but you know what I mean. I could be walking through the most chaotic environments and center myself as I'm walking, and just block out the noise, block out the nonsense, to where I'm centered, and then I see that drop dead gorgeous dime piece, that perfect 10, and I can walk up to her, rock solid eye contact. And the reason I can do that is because A, I've done a lot of work on myself, and B, I don't look to the outside world for answers. I don't look externally for that escapism, for that constant amusement, you know, to feed my brain. So when you're able to walk up to that girl, like fully authoritative and fully congruent, she's gonna get attracted to you, okay? And this is why I say it's so key to really get away from all that escapism and really understand who you are and get to the heart of who you are, okay? And really get to know your natural talents, what you're naturally good at, so that you can walk up to these drop-dead gorgeous women, you can walk up and you can just stand there and you can stare them down and they'll get attracted to you. And there won't be any flinching in your eyes, because believe me, she will check. she will check to see, and she'll even do this. I've had a lot of girls like look into my eyes. It's so like freaky too. It's like it's just like they're just trying to pierce through you to see like, is this guy for real? You know, it's almost like they're trying to like look into like the, you know, the diamond cutters or whoever those jeweler guys are. Like they're like they look into the diamond to see just see its velocity. It's the same thing when these girls like look you deep in the eye. You know? And I've had a few students who've actually mentioned that when they've seen me in set, they're like, why did the girl tilt in? What was she looking at? And I'm like, she was trying to look in my eyes. She was checking for congruence. She was checking to make sure that I was congruent because she was about to make the decision to go home with me. That's why she's checking. She's making that last minute check to be like, is this guy for real? I don't want to sleep with a guy who's fake. I want to know if this guy's for real. You know, and then she'll look deep into your eyes. And the reason I'm able to stay congruent in who I am is because I'm walking up to her fully centered as a man and grounded in my own energy, like I talked about. I'm not trying to do anything. I'm not trying to use any techniques on her, because you remember from the old pickup community, it was like what was that book, The Game? Talking about like doing these DHV routines and telling all these stories that never happened, you know, there's supposed to be these demonstrations of higher value to get the girl attracted, you know, and I always had huge issues with those, okay? I always had huge issue with that because I was like, how can you tell her this story that you're making up? I mean, it's gonna be very hard to be congruent with that. That might work on like a 6 or a 7, but you walk up to a drop dead stunner, a gorgeous 10, and you try to tell this, you know, like bullshit DHV story, she's gonna do this. And she's gonna see the flinching in your eyes, okay? Because when somebody's lying, like I think their eyes start dilating and flinching, she's gonna see that. And she's gonna be like, she's gonna give you the hand, you know? I mean, it's almost better just sit there and say nothing, like I do, and just do that. And just be congruent with that. But even that, you can't be doing it as a technique, because I know a lot of guys who might be new to pick up, and they'll watch this and they'll try to walk up to girls and go, it's not working. You know, it's not working because you're not centered and you're trying to do it as a technique. So you need to be centered within yourself so you can walk up to a girl and do that. You know, now there are going to be times where you're not centered within yourself. You're just not feeling it. Maybe you're out of it. You know, maybe you're just out of it. You know, that happens to everybody. It happens to me from time to time. In that case, what's the other way I teach you how to attract girls if you're not centered within yourself? The other way is what I call spinning attraction, where you just walk up, smiling, laughing, having fun, and you grab the girl, you're like, what's up? Grab her hand, twirl her around, do a little dance with her, have some fun with her, amuse yourself, amuse her, amplify her state, get in a good, fun, positive mood. That's what we call spinning attraction. Spinning attraction, okay? And spinning attraction does work. But even with spinning attraction, you gotta be congruent with it. Okay, she can't see this nervousness, like, oh, let me try to spin her. You know, she can't see that. You gotta be, you know, you gotta be at least centered to some degree to be able to do that without like worrying that she's gonna not like this. You know, so you never want to do things like because you want her to like it. You know, you got to do it for your own amusement. All right, because the most elite pickup artists in the world, if you were to ask them what is the #1 superpower you need to pick up these 9s and 10s, they will tell you, same thing I'm about to tell you, the #1 superpower you need to pick up the 9s and 10s is congruence. Having that alignment in your thoughts, words, and actions. And being able to walk up to the girl fully congruent, fully centered as a man, and being able to look at her and maintain that eye contact with her without breaking it. And just being able to maintain that rock solid eye contact with her. Because believe it or not, most guys cannot hold this eye contact. Most guys will break it before she does. Most guys will start smiling like I am right now, and they'll break their eye contact. And you can't. You have to hold your eye contact. And it can't be coming from a place of you doing a routine or you trying to get her to react. It has to be coming from a place of your own centeredness, your own amusement, and your own joy. Your own joy of amping her state, wanting to amp her state, or just seeing what happens. And in order to hold this rock solid eye contact like this, you have to be centered as a man, okay? You have to be congruent as a man. You have to be grounded in your own energy as a man. So until next time, this is M from the 33 Secrets. And as always, if you enjoyed what you just learned in this new secret training video, then don't forget to add yourself to my priority waiting list for my full training course, The 33 Secrets to Dating Beautiful Women, where you can learn my top 33 secrets for dating only the hottest, youngest, and most beautiful looking women on the planet. 8s, 9s, and 10s. All you need to do is click the link above, pop in your name and email, and you're all set. It takes 2 seconds. So do that right now, and I'll see you in my next training video.